Before getting too deep into Maya, I would like to begin by talking about project folders. Now, in the ancient past, when I first began learning 3D, I used a program called TrueSpace. And while this was a fine enough program to cut my teeth on, it had one or two very large flaws. For one thing, all the scene files and all the image files were kept in one scenes folder and one images folder. What this meant was every time I wanted to open up a scene I've been working with, I had to search through all the previous scenes I had ever made. If I wanted to apply an image to a material, I had to search through all the images I had ever made. And this proved to be a bit of a hindrance. Fortunately, Maya does not have that problem. Maya uses something called project folders. And what a project folder looks like is this. This is the project folder for the praying mantis I recorded videos on not long ago. And it contains numerous subfolders. Now, I don't use all of these. I'm not sure if I use half of them, to be honest with you, but they're all here in case you need them. But the ones I tend to worry about most are assets, and this is where I keep the files I'm not actually using within Maya, but I'm still using as reference files or supplementary files, working files, things like that. Data is where I tend to keep things like, if I'm making videos, this is where I would keep my After Effects folder, or it's where I'd export 3D models into, like OBJs and FBXs and things like that. Images is where Maya will export renders to. Whenever Maya creates an image, it exports it to the images folder. Movies is where I've saved all my videos that I've made. Scenes, obviously, all the scenes. As I save every scene as I work on it because I am paranoid and I don't want to risk losing important data by saving over something. And that's why I've got so many of these. And then source images. Source images is where the textures for my materials are placed. So, how do I make these folders? Well, fortunately, Maya does that for me. So if I go to File, Project Window, this is my project window here. I've hit New. I can now tell it what I want to name my folder and where I want to put. I keep a folder in my drive just called Projects, so I know where they all are. If I don't use a project folder, Maya will use the default project folder. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not sure exactly where it is. It's in the computer somewhere, and depending on whether I'm using a PC or a Mac, it could probably be in very different places. So do not fall prey to using the default project folder. Make your own, put somewhere you can find it, and just keep them all arranged that way. And you can see at time of creation, it lists all those folders as well as what the names would be. And this way it will automatically create the folder and know what it is those folders are supposed to be doing. Now, I don't need to create a new project right now, so I'm going to hit cancel. And this means that when I go to File, Open Scene, there's my Praying Mantis scenes in my Scenes folder. If I go to File, Save Scene, it puts it directly into my Scenes folder. If I want to place a material on an object, and then put a color map on it, if I click right here, go to File, and then search for my folders, it automatically opens my source images folder. If you try to open a scene or save a scene or place an image on your material and you don't automatically get sent to the correct folder, that usually means your project is not set to the proper project folder. If that happens to you, go to File, Set Project, and then search through your project folders until you find the one you want. Like recently I was working with normal maps. Do not open this. You're not looking for your files, you're looking for your project folder. Find your project folder and just tell it to set the project. And now, there's my scenes for my new project folder. If I want to go back my previous one, set project again. Search through all my folders right here. There's my praying mantis. And then there's my praying mantis scenes again. And that is how you use project folders.